Hey guys, couldn't sleep, so decided to play a little bit more of Empire. Came back for a few hours. This is part 4 of the Empire campaign. This is the 7th Empire campaign in Mortal Empires. It's day 2. This is the 3rd stream today. We're slowly building up and getting to the Rise of Chaos, which I'm not sure what to really expect, except the treasury here. Marienburg got destroyed by the Bretonnia just before we were to attack Marienburg, so we're preparing to war against Bretonnia to take Marienburg and their lands. We cleared pretty much all our current enemies: Skull Smashers, Beastmen, Marienburg. Skull Smashers also led to the completion of the requirements for the Galmaras quest battle, which is a powerful item, good fighter stats, and also public order.
I command here.
Okay, we'll leave this settlement as this. Don't expect any money here. Don't even care about the rebels in this place. Let's go back to Reichland and recruit some units. It's a shame that some of these units have to be disbanded to get some other units in the army. Starting with the silver bullets and this swordsman. This tier 5 is under construction here.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
Hey Tusian, thank you for Twitch Prime. We just finished watching the Dwarves campaign. It's great, yeah. Dwarves was easy to deal with that much chaos. The Dwarves, after all, and when you're fighting in a different territory, it makes things convenient. Fealty is great with a lot of factions. We have 3 9s, couple of 8s, 1 10. But the one we want to confederate right now, it's 3. We could have went to war with this faction twice, but instead we just kept them as this. The war was probably the best thing to do here, if you want really these territories, but I didn't really care about this. This is still a little bit science. It's our first time playing with the new Empire. Hey calling, extra stream, can't sleep, too worked up.
Bring me to my men. I am ready.
Okay, with all of these rebels here, we should build up this place so the Bretonnians don't bother us here. This is a good place for rebellions.
Step to it.
We can level lords in the Black Pit. Okay. When can we go to war with Bretonnia?
One step further.
In 4 turns. We've taken Marienburg and they have a good province here, so we're gonna go for it.
Holy shit!
They also taken the fort as well. We could have gave the Bretonnians a military alliance, but I'm not letting Bretonnia control Marienburg this time. No, no, no. Think you anticipated good. Waiting for tier 5 buildings here, 2 of them.
Your orders.
If you're following the quest line of the Empire, once you take control of the Empire actually wants to take control of Bretonnia, Kislev, and the Southern Realms to unite all the men. This is nothing really, strange for the Empire to go big warmongering ways.
Bring me to battle.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. Lioness and Musulman are here.
How should we proceed?
Yeah.
Bring me to battle.
I'm not even sure I want to get rid of some of this stuff, but we can also recruit new stuff. It's a shame to get rid of a rank 9 mortar. 12.2 reload. That's without the firing drills. Our research is pretty good, and we can get technologies quite fast now. Getting some convenience technologies first. Reichland waiting for tier 5. Building up walls in the wasteland. This one can be ignored right now, we don't have to build up. Same here, tier 3 is actually required here. The rebels will pay for the walls. Easy. Rebels will pay for the walls here. I don't want often rebellions, extra rebellions here and here at the same time. It does get a little bit tedious. So we'll leave this place for the extra rebellions, and we'll minimize the negative public order here. But it's rebellions are good in both places. They're better here because it's closer to Reichland. There's a rebellion here in 8 turns. We'll take it. We need to pay for these buildings. The rebels will pay for it. Tier 5 in Aldorf is also very expensive. We need to get a witch hunter. And we can get also more wizards. I'll get a witch hunter place here. How's the diplomacy looking with the rest of the factions? All the happy faces here. Military access has become the highest form of treaty you can have with another empire faction, because everything is connected to the fealty now.
Welcome,
Helping them,
Yes.
this is you know, them separating from you, going to war, or confederating them.
Disagree with that? What?
And they don't easily say yes to military access.
It is good to see fellow.
They do want big stuff in exchange,
All right.
but eventually they will all say yes. We can use the extra prestige to get this. It's dropped to 100 again, so we should spend some. Every time this drops to 100, you should use it. Where do we have the worst relationship? 36. Looks like Auerland. Stillen is looking good. It's the negative stuffs are going away. We can just use it with Auerland right now. Pro relations. We'll use it twice. Okay. This thing does increase in cost the more you use it, but over time it decreases. We have enough Imperial authority for Confederation, and I'm hoping for Talabecland or Midland next. We really want the Wisseland, but right now it's out of question. We could have easily taken this with war, but a little bit science here. They actually wanted to succeed. Wanted to, you know, go for independence, so they would declare war on us, and we could have taken it. Not sure what kind of negatives they would have, but I think we would have taken it without the penalties. Maybe we would have lost less than a confederation, but the best way to get Wisseland was to let them declare war on us. And we had the opportunity for that. We still probably have, but this is a little bit extreme way for Confederation, but it's only turn 52. This is some good stuff here. Iron and marble. No landmark. It's economy. It's tier 5 now. We'll see how fast this increases. The rest of the empire is very good for us. We just need to get We just need to get more authority.
Yes, General.
Okay. I'm playing war with against Luen. They are right now 23, we are 33. We have more forces, but our armies are more organized.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Prince and Emperor. This is all good here.
The nation calls.
Nation calls. We have 3 Carbo Greatswords now here. They're unbreakable with Bathing Blood ability, which is a strong buff. 5 attack for them and nearby units. We have some time to go to war there. I actually think that we don't have to switch here, but maybe it's for the best. As we declare war, they might engage us first. We have lightning strike here, so they have no chance. Just Bretonnian peasants anyways. Bretonnia hasn't been really that strong on the battlefield since the end of Warhammer 1. Looks like they implemented the wrong Bretonnia in Warhammer 2. They can snowball if they confederate, but looks like since the last update they forgot to do that as well.
You dare approach me, vile beasts.
Hey Rubio.
Welcome, brothers, from across the great.
Oh, look at that. We don't even have to wait. We did break all treaties, so we declare hostilities. The strongest AI unit for the Bretonnia are the questing knights. Because they don't really know how to use hippogriffs effectively. But the highest quality units they can are the hippogriffs, followed by the Grail Guardians. But for the AI, as the AI, the most effective are the questing knights. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Lectors go to war. This is a good way to increase authority again. Beautiful, beautiful. The rival states of Nordland and Midland have been unable to reconcile their differences and tensions have bubbled over into full-blown war. Lector Count Theodoric Gausser of Nordland has declared war on Midland. What action will you take? We'll stop the war by using our influence. And we get another authority. Beautiful. We are a bit low on influence on prestige now. We do want to keep around 2000. But we're more than ready for next confederation. Okay. We need a little bit luck with the fealty with the Vigilant, but everybody else is great. As we confederate the next one, I think it's gonna be more steady with the other ones. As long as Ostermark doesn't get killed before the next confederation option. That could be quite bad, because we can still get another authority there.
Bring me to my men. So, to war!
Send our eyes and ears.
I command.
Not time
here.
to switch troops now. So we're going with the current army.
I am Prince and Emperor.
We had exactly enough time to switch to other units, but they declare war early. They actually did a treachery there, but we declare hostility.
Sir, moving off.
We did declare hostilities.
By the comet.
Hey, Tonflux. Looks like they're going for Gorse right before we get the walls.
I am the supreme
Does
patriarch.
feel like there's an ambush nearby.
What you ask is impossible.
And this could actually suck if there's an ambush nearby. It might be. This is quite an interesting diplomatic situation. I don't think I've ever been in a situation like this. But it is, you know, the new state of the game. They're rank 20, we're rank 25. Military presence, they are on the move. Military presence 13, they have 13 units here. I do feel like there's an ambush force here. We don't have defense on this guy. Oh shit, there you go. That was obvious. But we might be fine. Our mortars might get wrecked, but we might be fine. The armored spearmen are quite good. As long as you can protect the crossbow, we should be fine. The crossbow kind of became the damage dealers, quite nice damage dealers, especially once you get the sharpshooters. There's a flock of doom, huh? Oh boy.
Bow before me. Understood. Quick march.
The artillery at fire here.
Break that machine.
They ignore the back, that's pretty good for us.
No lingering.
Just have to protect the characters.
Field of faith.
We do have this army a little bit heavy on the anti-large.
Yes, sir. At speed. Spearmen, march. All ranks fire. I am master.
Gelt is getting wrecked by, gets surrounded by nasty stuff there. We need to shoot those Pegasus.
Fire. We serve the emperor.
Healing.
All things must wither. Spearmen, Sigmar call.
The artillery will clear them.
At speed. We
Our infantry is actually too much for them.
ready to smite.
The armored spearmen are excellent for this. Okay, we made it clear with the crossbows, nice.
Spearmen, ready.
This side is clear. Just get the characters out of harm's way here.
Onwards.
Very good.
Go.
Oh, good. They're actually getting reinforced.
Understood.
Okay.
Enrage. Spearmen.
We're building guild with armored spearmen setup.
Quickly.
We're not gonna get taste for battle. We're still gonna get first veteran battle skill.
Ready for war.
The reason they have 100 armor, they don't only need a 15 physical resist, and they do have the strongest shields in the game, the 60%. Not many units have that,
Taking position.
so this is the reason why I keep them over the halberdiers.
Moving now.
You could have those units in two armies, but the halberdiers are still a great choice because of taste for battle. But in this army specific, because it also has the unique
Missiles to the ready.
trait, the elector for the up productions as well. The spearman and crossman, it fits.
We obey.
Yeah, this crossman focus is incredible. We can also do this. We just the switch over the other unit. Oh, you tricked there.
Ready for war.
They attack the worst part of our army,
We obey. Yes, General.
one that can actually destroy all their cavalry.
Soldiers of the Empire, take the ground.
Sometimes they're good, Magis. Like check that ambush we got by Alitanar.
Take
player could have done better. They try to focus the characters here. They don't really know how to prioritize these things unless they have the right composition. It's also dependent on the terrain, but they can do quite good in these battles. Overconcentrate in front. Nah, it was just for this type of battlefield. If you seen my last ambush when the Alitanara ambushed me, that was like almost perfect. It was a miracle we won. He sent their infantry, cavalry, and archers shooting all at the same time. I didn't even click a button. My army was taking heavy damage. But Bretonnia don't have stuff like this, because they have infantry as well. You can't just separate like that. You would then say in some situation that this is a suicidal move because they left their infantry unprotected. It's not that simple. Making an AI to make such a move is better to go with a safe play.
We serve the Emperor! Spearmen to battle!
This army just had extra anti-large, so it's pretty good for a situation like this.
In the name of the twin-tailed comet!
No, I'm happy with it, Blue Mugere, I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than what it used to be. I like the less straightforward approach, and it feels like you know, I feel like some people feel like they might have things a little bit too passively, but things are happening. Whatever you're doing, things are happening, and because of this system, I think you have even more things to do while waiting for it. It feels like the early game is more alive, and you can do more of other things and just focus on conquering the Empire provinces, or trying to confederate it by other means. You do get additional currency, which I think it's a pretty good system. It's just it's not super convenient when you want it, and it was sent before. Now sometimes people would wonder, why doesn't Wilson want to confederate with me for the last 80 turns?
Mortar! Form a ring of
This is an even easier system than before, if you just don't think overcomplicate it.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Can definitely be improvements to this. They could add, for example, a system where you could directly get fealty at the cost of high prestige, without relying on the RNG events. It could cost, for example, 2,000 to guarantee one fealty, and I think this would make those people that want the easy way much happier.
Outriders!
Exactly, Whitey, exactly. There's definitely more management, and I mean, just think about it. You have options to do other things instead of doing the things like straightforward, choose a direction and murder people. You have to think about this system now, and the system works for you as you are doing other things. So it's pretty good.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Even if you don't confederate two factions in the first 60 turns, but only one, doesn't mean it's gonna slow down. You'll eventually start to get a lot of fealty and authority, and multiple confederations can happen in a short time. And you don't want to confederate too fast anyways. I don't know what's this about, but this battlefield is huge, that's true. For some reason this battlefield is really big.
To battle! Ready for war! For the Emperor!
Warwagon did pretty good at protecting the artillery in the back.
Outriders!
What are those? Knights of the Realm, they actually countered the
Taking
Warwagon.
position! Moving down!
We should stay stay away from them. We could slow down the knights if they threaten too much. This lowers their speed quite a bit.
Sir! Go! Formation, march!
There's artillery far in the back,
At speed! Balthazar, kill! Let the woods awaken!
This is a very good victory for us. This will cripple any offense of Bretonnia.
Detachment!
In fact, we got two forces like this.
The Empire endures!
Let's go around with this war wagon.
Mortar! Throw in!
Artillery will take care of the rest here.
Mortar! By Ulrich's wrath!
You gonna see Outriders soon? No, no.
We are
Outriders is a flavor, it fits more of a multiplayer than the campaign. Even with the addition of the war wagon, I would not pick. I would not pick the Outriders over them.
taking position!
It's the effect. Well, you can only put so much micro effort on your units. The Outriders are not worth it. They're good until you get better options. Warwagon, for example, is just a better unit by default. Because, you know, you can just tell him there, and while it's moving, he's shooting people. Because it's 360. It just has much less buffs. Until rank 7, it's kinda lacking. But it still provides better harassment the Outriders at almost no effort.
Mortar! Ready!
Are we gonna see Grand Launchers? We'll see those, yeah. I will make sure that some of the micro time is gonna be invested to that one.
By Gaul, Maraz! Ready to smite! We are Sigmar's heirs! Now! Sage wizard! For Heldenhammer! Ready! Yes, General! To battle! Get them! By Ulrich's wrath! Fire! Water! Feel life flow! To battle!
This is great. Makes things very convenient for us. Getting Marienburg and Cologne will make us rich. I would just wish the war wagon was affected by the missile technologies. I think this unit should be affected by both missile and the war machine technologies. They're using the same exact weapon as the Outriders. Yet apparently they do not get buffed with the same technology. How does that make any sense? It's a horrible at chasing because of 50 speed, and it's bulky. Still has double the AP of the Outriders in melee. The 90 armor is great. So the War Wagons have the armor, and unlike the Outriders have really fast. If you put a lot of micro time into Outriders, they will outperform the War Wagon probably 2 to 3 times. If there is only one unit after the Outriders and they have half the speed of the Outriders, you can put the skirmish on and the Outriders will kill the unit guaranteed. No, it's between 2 to 3 times because they both have limited bullets, Gravy. Units like this will never be great because of multiplayer.
Do not waste my potential. Bring me to my men.
So this was quite a blow to Bretonnia. They went to 48 on.
It is time.
Oh, we could actually attack this as well,
I don't care for this order.
Order.
Let us begin.
We should stay in the area.
On march.
At least we see
well,
Marienburg
I
from the
will
other
do
side of
this.
the river. Coast. New formulations. Oh, they forgot to put war wagons here, huh? Let's get a Quicksilver. Flying wizards are the best wizards.
By the comet.
He might not be a melee expert or any good fighter, but at least he's flying and he's fast. Empire has more gunpowder units than the dwarves, yet the sulfur dwarves works, but not for the Empire. Huh? Final transmutation, yeah, when used right, is quite overpowered. Gelt is a powerful wizard, he just sucks at everything else. He can do quite a good harassment with his magic, and he can carry a battle, especially siege battles, but he can't tank for shit. Unless it's missiles. Because we can build him, you know, to survive quite a bit in the air. Quite a bit of missile resistance. Gelt should always have at least 70 if not 80 missile resistance. And then they will not be able to do anything to him in the air.
By the comet.
This will be easy to handle. Might also go around. It's pretty good, pretty good. Our economy is getting good as well. 6,000 is just what we need for our infrastructure right now. We do have only 14 settlements. Does France have the Shield of Tolos? Yes. Booker, have you seen when I use the the physical resistance rune thing, that he actually was taking no damage from the missiles with full vigor. 0. Check there was a couple of situations where we actually shown it. No damage. Immunity. This I happened once before with Morgor, but I forgot what was the condition to do it. It was a mix of ward save, physical resistance, and missile resistance. It's still better on Karl Franz for now calling. Gelt doesn't have all his wizard skills, so he's not in harassment mode yet. Gelt is a harassment and a serious damage dealer. Once he gets the final transmutation and arcane conduit, then he needs missile resistance. Right now he has 40%, which is solid, but you really won't have at least 70. So what has happened here? Ostermark demands the region. Historically, the region of Essen has been ruled over by Ostermark, but is currently under control of electoral counts of another state. Ostermark is currently in a bad shape, so what has happened there? Essen, huh? It looks like it's actually ruined. Or Ostland has taken it because they're not warring vampires. The thing is, the Ostermark might not survive until we get the next authority. We'll allow the expansion here. It's fairly claimed, it was claimed for the vampires.
What? So?
They're both at 9 now.
Who calls?
9,
The Empire.
9,
So?
8,
What?
8,
Yes?
3,
Yes.
9. Wow. Just
The
need
Empire.
Wisseland to start growing. There are ways, but it's not important right now. It's a shame we cannot connect it right now, but if we did, we probably would have been at war with Crooked Moon. And it's not really convenient right now. It's funny how they take Paramore but ignore Canal.
How should we proceed?
Let's investigate where their military forces are.
Yes, General. Off we go. Pick up the pace.
Okay, this is all Bretonnians have.
Not in this world or the other.
This is ill-considered.
My lady will not allow.
Attacking Marienburg seems like the best move, especially with Karl Franz. It'll drop to tier 3. But we cannot get tier 5 anyways. It should be fine.
All right, come then.
Checking for military access.
So,
by Sigma's will.
It's not easy to get military access
Approach us, friend,
without
and make
offering
your offer.
other things in exchange.
We cannot.
the
Approach us, friend, and make.
all right.
Okay, very good. Ostermark is not in a good spot. The vampires are actually awake. They do control Eastern Sylvania. You know what would make this campaign quite difficult if the Greenskins win in the Badlands. And we have to fight the Chaos and the Greenskins at the same time. It's not like we can defeat the Greenskins, but when you face overwhelming Chaos on this side and potentially all the way along this coast, it might add up. The garrisons no longer can handle every single scenario due to experience changes. Same experience changes have pretty much prevented half the flavor to be usable anymore. especially cavalry units.
Now? Yes, that will do.
Attack on Marienburg seems to have like a best move with
I command
and we
here.
do get behind the walls with a lightning strike potential too.
This can never come to pass.
What you ask is impossible.
We could be greedy, destroy this and this on the same turn.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Who calls?
Calls. We decided we'll stick to the Eldred's Guard as the main unit in this army. We are not gonna be getting taste for battle, we're gonna go with strength of hardship. We'll be using armored spearmen with heavy shields. Or the halberdiers. Gonna lack some killing power, but these guys are better tanking.
The Empire. I am ready. Are you?
Yes.
We can recruit this unit every 10 turns. They take quite some time to get experience since they're not effective at killing. They only have 20 base attack. But we'll build up experience over time.
This
Lightning
is
Strike
not the
Leuven
will
and
of
attack
the
4
Lady.
Bergbress.
The Empire.
The Kaufland should be enough to handle half the garrison. Yeah, they don't get it, but they get magic resistance. And in some scenarios, it's actually gonna be better. It's actually gonna be better. Especially against Hell Cannons, for example. Hell Cannons and other various units. So this don't discard the magic resistance. It's quite good. Of course, the physical resistance is better for this type of unit, but magic resistance is also gonna be good.
Bring me to my men.
Let's go greedy here, huh? Lightning strike on Leuven and then attack the fort. Then Gelt attacks and takes Marienburg. The peasants flee home begging for peace treaty.
I am Prince and Emperor. The nation calls.
We do have lightning strike here. That's a nice army. Garrison is not bad either, but lightning strike is here. Leuven has magic attacks, which means he'll do no damage to Calfrance if we put the banner on. This puts us to 20 ward save and 40 magic resistance, which means on full vigor it's additional 60% damage reduction against Leuven. Put a Griffin banner on the Rise Guard. The Questing Knights is the best unit the AI has as the Bretonnia. They are a nice damage dealer. We might get a good terrain here to deal with them. We're allowed to take some casualties in this battle. This garrison has no experience, so it's much easier to deal with. Open to shock tactics. Mortars and Calfrance is a terrifying thing in a siege battle. Franz is a better duelist, while is a strong melee expert, while the Leuven is a better melee expert and a strong duelist. They are very similar lords, but Leuven gets access to regeneration, so it makes him better at melee experting. They are both strong at the, you know, for both roles. This is the difference. Then Skullfrance gets the Silver Seal, and the Galmaraz will have advantage 1-1 against Leuven. But Leuven will be able to tank better and longer. Perfect vigor and regeneration from the start. Makes Leuven excellent melee expert. Top 10 material. They declare war on them. I was ready to declare war on them, but they declared war on us because we declared hostilities by breaking all treaties. No treacheries was involved.
For Helden Hammer!
That's 6 questing knights. That center is trash. Six questing knights, and they do have experience. I wish I didn't get rid of silver bullets. Kind of feeling we should use mortars on the questing knights as they approach. With a little bad luck, this could be a really bad damage for us.
The Empire endures! What?
We're lacking good armor on the cow fronts from melee. Hell should have told us.
Soldiers of the Empire! Elevate
You're gonna have to rely really big on the great swords.
by Ulrich's wrath!
The questing knights are made to kill great swords.
Great swords!
Yeah, we were supposed to get Demigrave halberds, but he has a pretty nice army.
Crossbowmen! By Ulrich's wrath! Mortar!
The Emperor Coast artillery is behind, because the Emperor has better upgrades.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Shield of faith!
We are going to sacrifice the Rise Guard here, I think. The cavalry here is a little bit overwhelming.
Halberdiers!
They could easily go around and destroy serious damage. We could also distract them as well.
Halberdiers!
We could have gotten another unit for this army before attacking this. Make things more difficult for us like this.
Great swords!
This one has the resistance.
Mortar! We are Sigmar's heirs! Call France!
Those guys will fight to the death pretty much.
By Ulrich's wrath! The Empire endures!
Kinda miss 2 anti-large units here
Reichsguard!
against that.
To me then! Mortar! For the Empire!
We need to bait those Pegasus Knights into the range before we engage the rest of the army.
Yes, General! My subjects call! Moving faster! Take the ground! Moving now! Sigmar calls! Take your targets! Understood! Crank that machine! We are Sigmar's heirs! Go! Quick march!
Okay, this is good. Baiting is doing okay. Calfrance is pinned there by the Pegasus. We will fight.
For the Helden Hammer!
Cancel the charge. Pretty good.
We obey! For the Emperor! Mortar! Attack! Sigmar calls!
We'll make a switch here. At least the infantry won't be a that big problem. The experience is pretty good there.
To serve! For France! By your command!
It's good here. But the damage, you can see the damage. You can definitely see the damage.
Ulrich's wrath on them!
Okay, the center is doing okay.
Our weapons are yours!
We'll go for a conflict here.
For Altdorf!
Okay, good damage, good damage. Canceling the charge was critical there.
No lingering!
We have healing, they don't, so this is you know, one-sided. But look at the damage on the Rise Guard. They have no chance against the Questing Knights.
Yes, my lord! At speed! Pick them off!
Hero Knights are coming around.
My oldest rock!
We're sacrificing Rise Guard here. We're not gonna be keeping him past this point anyways.
Ready! Crossbowmen!
The Rise Guard has really no place in the army since the experience changes.
Ready!
Okay, it's good, it's good. Good counters here.
Withdraw!
Just had to sacrifice Rise Guard.
Infantry! Yes, sir! Quickly! Let's go!
Defense there. Alberts win against the Questing Knights, but the Questing Knights deal damage.
Mortar! Handgunners!
We're just too wide here.
Swords!
Should go
Take the
around.
ground! To me then! War!
Defense here. This is very good, countering them there. Let's get rid of their attack.
The heavens unleash!
At speed! Take position! Go!
Don't expect them to rout anytime soon.
The ground! Ready for war!
But this is pretty good on this side. Probably gonna return to kill the Rise Guard there.
General, Sigmar calls!
Nice, nice, look at that sandwich.
Yes!
We couldn't do any dueling with the Loon because we had to just deny the charges.
Moving now!
But
Take position!
damage, I expect to take more damage here. The fact they haven't touched our range is almost crazy.
Sigmar! Handgunners! For Heldenhammer! Power of light! Hold it dry! Halberdiers! Ready for war! Very well! Handgunners!
We'll heal our priest and Carl here.
Moving faster!
Might not be able to fully heal him here. Well, there is a reason I deployed like this. There was no weak spots. We had the unit in every direction. The Carl Franz was assisting from side to side.
Great swords!
Battle wizards!
The Empire endures!
You just had to sacrifice the Rise Guard. We were weak on one side if we didn't sacrifice Rise Guard. We still have survivors there. Good battle loot here, 2000 nearly, over 2000 actually. Banner of Swiftness, excellent. Got a Kingslayer. Man's Ruin.
This can never come to pass.
Okay, let's get Emperor's Journey. Weapons taken unbreakable. His damage is quite considerable. Okay. If there was actually competent player on the other side, our army is better, Pine Templar. He would have lost because he has no legendary bonuses. This is hard to kill. This is hard to kill. Karl would have probably just go directly on Luen, and we would have exposed their wizards, because who cares about, you know, there's only one battle. Who cares if you lose, you know, the wizards for the future. Sacrifice the wizard, tank a bit, kill Luen, and they can't kill all this. They would not get there. We have more. What you don't understand, that we have more units than they have faster units. The only thing they could have done would land with the Pegasus there, but landing the Pegasus into 4 veteran range units is a little bit suicidal. And we do also have a flyer in the air as well. Anything that they try to do damage just to, you know, punish a bit would get punished twofold back. There are only 2 Pegasus and there are 4 of these.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Even if they could have killed a couple of units of the Rose, the less the battle. If there was you know, PP, Pine Templar, all this would be halberds. Not great swords. It's kinda, you know, pointless to argue these things. You can't really compare such a thing as a general. Karl Franz is better than Luen. Get whole army plus 8 leadership, and then you get additional plus 5 on the certain units. On the fact of leadership is alone for you to have win the battle.
My subjects call! The Empire endures! Great swords! Rexguard Knights!
How come Luen aren't allies? We cancelled all the treaties because he taken Marienburg, and then 15 instead he declared war, but we were ready to attack him. There is no room for Luen in this world. It belongs to the Empire, his lands.
Standing by!
I think with these points you should go, you know, join the Total War official, you know, multiplayer matches. I'm sure they're gonna find some people to discuss this thing with.
By Ulrich's wrath! For Heldenhammer! Loaded, sir! Cast the foe! Ready for war! Yes! Shield of faith!
Let's drop a heal there.
Rexguard Knights!
We should just focus on the left side here. The artillery is too much for them.
Battle hymns!
Get rid of this thing here first.
Astromancy! On my command! Quick march!
We are Sigmar's heirs! My rule is absolute!
As the Karl Franz is clearing the wall with his terrifying presence. It's too much for any Bretonnian peasants. The mortars make sure they have no leadership.
Sigmar!
He instantly terrifies pretty much all the Bretonnian infantry. Look at that. Mortar and a dead claw against Bretonnian peasants. That's like... They have healing too.
I will not stand
One might say it's cheating, you know, but it's just peasant leadership.
Quick march! Battle and blood await! Ulrich's wrath on them!
The mortar will cause 30 leadership penalty, while the terror will do the rest.
To me, men! Ready for war!
Fire! Set! Crew together! I sense convergence! The heavens unleashed! For Heldenhammer! What?
Call France!
Yes!
One day they will fix the bombardment kill registration. It killed at least 80 peasants there.
For Altdorf! Very well! Well!
It's 30, pretty much about 30 meter radius, 30-40 meter radius. And if the unit is on low leadership, it will trigger terror. Like, he almost terror here, about to trigger. Any damage, he will trigger it. Oh, they're resisting. Recover from the artillery. The fact they're not triggering terror here is quite impressive.
Get away! For Heldenhammer!
They must have lost the penalty from the artillery. Starting to lose the leadership again. The fact it's not triggering here is kinda insane, but it's just, you know, legendary difficulty for you.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Battle and blood await!
Mortar!
Just give it one range hit for Terrifier. Yeah, there is a blood roar, additional fear. Oh, Terrified. The moment the artillery hits. They get hit by artillery, hit by missiles, damage taken, then there is fear, blood roar, Griffin banner.
Ulrich's wrath on them!
Flank's not secure. It's like minus 80 leadership.
At speed! Ready! Pick your targets! The Empire endures! To me, men!
Kill the soldiers! Our liege lord demands!
Call France! Attack!
The Empire endures!
Ready for war!
Battle wizards!
For Heldenhammer! I will not stand idle!
Mortar!
Form a ring of steel!
Should have put a guard more here earlier. Did similar tactics with the Emperor Wizard in the last Emperor campaign. It's not as effective as Calfrance really, as Calfrance is actually a powerful fighter on this thing. The walls can hold artillery and Calfrance at the same time. Clear the walls and then we go in. We have two halberdiers in good shape. They totally ignored them in the last battle. High threat units. Those two halberdiers would have killed most of the questing knights if they were not moving. Well, that's unfortunate. This unit still has no chance. We have access to healing too. Grell Knights are actually quite good against exhausted Calfrance. Usually in a siege battle you don't even want to enter the city with any other units until artillery is empty. What's the point of artillery otherwise? You recruit multiple Great Solar Carbourges. Every 15 turns one becomes available. And when you recruit, the cooldown starts again. They replenish 15 turns after the recruitment. There are some artillery pieces and we have to deal with quite a bit of Pegasus Knights. That many Pegasus Knights are actually quite a bit of a problem because we don't have any physical resistance or extra ward save. The 100 armor is a big deal though against the Pegasus Knights. We could kill one at a time. Let's see what they do when we get here. We still have some extra healing, not a growth though. We will save the Dracula Runefink buff here. We don't really have to send info dagger when the Calfrance get it on triple speed, it's way more convenient. It's funny to see, you know, how powerful Calfrance gets, you know, every time we get a little bit of improvements with him. And we see it in battles like this. We have no Force Seeker, we have no combat skills, except hard to hit. Grell Knights are a little bit problematic, but 40 magic resistance. What do the Grell Knights have? Magic attacks. That's 40 additional damage reduction against the Grell Knights. Sucks to be Grell Knight right now. They should do less damage than the Knights of the Realm. Let's investigate. There are still 60 of them and they're not really susceptible to fear effects. Their physical resistance won't do much. Let's get some vigor up. Green pants, please. We could also buff his defense and attack with harmonic convergence. Going in. Oh yeah, they're not doing that much damage, but it's Grell Knights. Still do more damage than Knights of the Realm. Their artillery shot just screwed them there. The magic resistance is definitely noticeable here. The fact that a large unit like this can do this to the Grell Knights is quite nice. 40 magic resistance is just too much for the Grell Knights. I would have won without that resistance. Well, it's kind of pointless when the Empire has more powerful items than the Bretonnians.
Take the ground!
Wars do crowd the best items in the world, and the Empire is allied with wars for those items.
Now!
This is Skull France at about 70%. Not counting the Sword of Cain in those calculations at all. Hey, Phrase TV. Yoo-hoo!
To war! Summon
Got
the
Fort
Elector
Bergbreast, now we control all three forts alongside the Grey Mountains. We'll crush
Counts.
most of the
I am
Bretonnian
Prince
military
and
this turn.
Emperor.
That ambush did a really good thing for us here. We'll be able to stomp over the rest of Bretonnia. Doesn't really matter, Major, it's just it's trivial stuff. Since it's a different faction here, if we looted and repaired, we will get a full health garrison.
Yes.
So in this case, it did matter, but they don't threaten us, so it doesn't matter really. If it was important, we would have looted and repaired, get a full garrison because of a different faction ownership before us.
Let us begin. By the comet.
Expect a little bit more resistance here, but we got lucky with that ambush. Now they're on the run. We got a lightning strike here. Without that lightning strike, things would be much harder here for sure.
The Empire endures!
Stay in the center and go for towers first. We've not much ammo here though. I put all my warrior priests on the Barret war horse. Mobility is critical.
Spearman! Halberdiers! Ready for war!
And that way, if you have demigriffs in the armies, they can go together with demigriffs.
Through it! We are Sigmar's heirs! To battle!
Well, they get angle on their artillery. Oh, they actually don't have artillery. Never
I
mind.
am supreme! Go!
For Heldenhammer! Take the ground! Go!
Well, this guy's still shooting. I guess we're still in range.
Quick march!
The prayers, for example, the Hammer of Sigmar and the Shield of Fate, very strong to go with demigriffs.
For war!
If you never tried before, you're missing out. Give the Hammer of Sigmar to damage with halberds. That poor unit that gets hit get deleted. You can give them ward save on top of their crazy armor and physical resistance for the veterancy. It's gonna blow your mind how powerful the War Priest is when you see stuff like this. Not just to support infantry.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
Now
Holy shit.
before me!
What the hell?
Thank you, Cake.
Outriders! We're Sigmar's heirs!
The crazy thing is the prayers have some of the fastest cooldowns of all abilities in the game. One day people are gonna realize how sucky the Emperor Captains are compared to stuff like this.
Mortar!
They have like no flavor, zero flavor, the generals and the Emperor Captains. It's really sad. And with the Emperor received a rework recently. I quit WoW. Don't play Blizzard games anymore.
For Helden's hammer! Balthazar Gelt! Formation, march!
The Empire endures!
Take position! Ulrich's wrath on them! Move out! Power of life! By my will alone!
We're trying to get a blind spot in the middle so we get good close-up shooting. Don't really have to. It's a good grinder for these guys. Emperor Captains are strictly campaign map for the assault units and assault garrisons. Yeah, I mean, that's the primary role of any hero on the campaign map, calling to scout / spy. It's not in the army, it's a spy. And then each hero has its unique abilities, of course.
All things must wither!
Let's see how much damage we take here.
Fallen star!
Understood! Mortar!
We have 60% shields there, but we don't have to really expose any shields here. We can use Bless additionally buff. Like Gel, for example, can land into the Peasant Bomb and find them off. He can do that.
Moving now!
Ready!
But you know, the Peasant Bowman can get killed by anything.
Ready to fire!
Sage wizard! Let the wind of life blow! The Empire endures! I am master of Shabbat.
Ready to smite!
Let's get on the wall.
Quick march!
You're going to need quite a bit of experience on the Eldred's Guard. Humans do not get experience fast.
The Empire ensures!
They're great. They're heavily armored, they have heavy shields, charge defense against all, and encourage. The halberd is the only thing they have better is they do more damage. But as a tank, this is the best Emperor unit. It's even better than Demigriffs in that regard, because of 6% shields.
Battle wizard.
It's just gonna be a little bit problematic getting to rank 7. But slowly they'll get there. They have 60% shields and can have quite a bit of armor.
We are Sigmar's heirs. Lord of metal.
I wanted the armored spearman for the Emperor and the Vampire Counts for so long, and I got it. Very happy about that.
By Ulrich's wrath! Take the ground! At speed! Halberdiers! Take position!
Foot squatters might fight us all, but we do have healing. It's interesting here that the spearmen fighting foot squatters. Foot squatters should win, but not if we add healing. And also add the Runefang buff. Them have a pretty nice attack for this encounter. What's their AP? 7? Should be fine. As long as they get attack buff, should be fine.
Missiles at the ready!
Arch Magnets. You can use every wizard pretty much, but I prefer Jade wizards. The Emperor has room for 2 wizards in every army.
Our weapons are yours! Halberdiers!
Pretty much can work with any other wizard alongside the Jade wizard.
For Heldenhammer!
Sigmar!
Ready for war! Now! For the Emperor! Hand gunners! Shields up!
Still not up. This unit is actually quite a bit trouble there.
Ready for war.
It's good. Sitting Doom is very strong against Cav.
Haste gold magic.
3 power dead damage.
Quick march. Ready. Let's guide that zone.
These guys almost routed, but they're now actually thriving.
Kill the Sigmar!
Feel my ire.
If you build the powers reserve in the army, this should not really be a difficult decision. You'll see these opportunities where to use damage, where to use healing, as in healing use all the time, and use damage where the opportunity arises. Like that situation there, Sitting Doom or Pit of Shades,
Take
or the Piercing Bolts burning.
Spearman! Sigmar calls. Yes. Moving faster.
In an Empire army, you will always have power for healing.
At speed.
Unless there's really bad winds and your wizards are not built up.
Go. Bretonnia waits. Let the wind of
This guy's actually quite trouble here, huh?
Crossbowman!
moving.
We don't even have Arcane Conduit here, and you see how many spells we casted?
Ulrich's wrath on them. No lingering. Haste gold.
Those foot squares are doing good there. They might actually kill this unit, but we have some help here. We'll start to shoot here as well.
Curse the foe!